What are some very comforting facts?
Nurse here. If you're having a general anesthetic for a routine operation, and worried about dying while under, please be aware there are about 7 different levels of stuff we can do to bring you back. So if the thing we normally do doesn't work, we've got plan B. Then we've got plans C, D, E, F, G and H. And we rarely need to even go to plan C, let alone the rest. It's ridiculously rare for you to never wake up from a routine op. Of course it happens occasionally, but for every case you've heard about it happening, there's thousands of identical operations where it didn't. I've been qualified 15 years and it's literally never happened anywhere I've worked.
All of the cardigans Mr. Rogers wore on camera were knit by his mother.
I once found a ladybug in my room in the middle of winter. I tried to look up if I could feed it somehow, and found countless other people asking the same question. The world is full of people who have compassion enough to feed a lone bug in the winter.
There is a group of bikers called Bikers Against Child Abuse who support child abuse victims in court by looking tough and giving the kids confidence to testify against their abusers. It's actually an international group.
Crows will let other crows know if you're a good person. Feeding a crow in your backyard can quickly become many crows over time since the rumor spreads. And nearby crows in your area will know you as one they like. They can also be known to be protective of you and even bring you gifts. Suffice to say, crows are one of the most intelligent creatures on the planet and they are truly underrated.
Saw a documentary about a guy who fed the crows who visited his backyard. The crows actually befriended the guy's pet cat and the cat enjoyed playing with the crows. One day the cat, who spent part of every day outside, did not come home. Later the guy discovered it had been attacked, probably by a coyote, and had been killed. Several days later the crows found the cat's collar and brought it to the guy, leaving it in the backyard bird bath where they had often left little gifts, a toy car, a child's barrette, etc., for the guy. He wept telling that story, and I wept hearing it.
Zebras rest with their heads on each other's backs so they can literally watch their zebra buddies back. Plus it looks like a zebra hug.
Some fish like to be pet.
When I was growing up, my dad got into fish and keeping a tank as a hobby. Fish have personalities. We had a gold molly that was the boss of the tank. It tried to protect another fish who had its fins eaten off and sank to the bottom, chasing any of the other fish away that got near it. Later, we found which type of fish was nipping at the fins of the others, so we got a screen and sectioned the 3 we had off. Then the one started attacking the others, so we moved it to a small tank we started with and removed the screen. Little Effer outlived all the other fish in isolated confinement, guilty of assault, murder, and whatever the equivalent of cannibalism fish have.
The ozone layer is slowly repairing itself.
This was the most comforting out of all holy poo. Cows have best friends. Open mouth smile, open mouth smile.
Monarch butterfly populations are doing better. Not out of the dark, but better. I found a monarch caterpillar on my milk WD the other day.
And one of the reasons for this is because people are planting milk WD in their yards. This is an environmental issue where everyday people can really make a huge difference. Use the small bit of garden space you might have to make an oasis for butterflies and other pollinators. Plant native plants and avoid using pesticides. It's pretty easy and very rewarding. Edit, love all the questions. Native plant gardening can answer more. Also check out link. Also, here's a handy cheat sheet for the best milk WD species to plant to support monarchs based on which region of the US you are in. Link.
I'm replacing an acre-long row of daylilies with butterfly milk WD.
Switzerland has implemented a scheme, Time Bank, which is an old age assistance program, under which people can volunteer to look after the elderly who require assistance, and then, the number of hours they spend with or caring for seniors gets deposited in their individual social security account. Eventually, when the volunteer reaches that old age when he or she requires support, this Time Bank can help them by providing time-based services which include consultations, babysitting, hairdressing, gardening, tutoring, or any other time-consuming job in addition to being looked after by a volunteer as well. About 34 countries are trying to apply this scheme. Very wholesome and humane.
There is a type of mold growing on, around the elephant's foot in Chernobyl. This mold eats radiation, and the radioactivity of the elephant's foot has decreased drastically since the mold started growing there. IDK, it's just comforting to me that the planet can heal no matter how bad the scar we left.
There was a TV series in the 2000s called Life After People. That's where they got a lot of scientists, engineers, etc. to speculate on what would happen to the Earth if the human population suddenly vanished. It was pretty fascinating that the Earth will basically, very slowly, undo everything we've done. It's not going to help us regarding climate change or anything like that. Because the point is that the Earth can heal itself *** if given the chance.
This past year there has been a massive breakthrough on SIDS research. Meaning in the future we may be able to detect SIDS in infants and possibly avoid as many infant deaths. And NBSP. Edit. Oh wow, my first gold. If you want to fund research for SIDS and support for grieving families, here are some resources you can donate to. And NBSP. The First Candle Foundation, link. And NBSP. Damien's Legacy, link. And NBSP. The Sleep Health Foundation, link. And NBSP. Bereaved Parents USA, link. And NBSP. The Iris Foundation, link.
Nobody pays all that much attention to you. Everyone is the main character in their story and thinks you're just another supporting role or an NPC. I find this very freeing.
Petting animals lowers cortisol.
My bird is happy now. Your pets will forgive you if you accidentally step on them.
Can confirm. My dog has even moved past the forgiveness stage and now actively seeks being stepped on by standing behind everyone. Cheetahs are very shy animals. So some zoos give them support dogs like those for humans. It's the cutest thing ever. The bigger reason for this is that cheetahs' vision likes to hyperfocus. In a crowd like ones at the zoo, they would get anxious looking at each individual and would try to analyze each person, which can be very stressful for them. Dogs are very good at reading groups and crowds. They pair a dog with the cheetah to rely on emotionally. If the dog is calm, the cheetah will trust them that there's nothing to worry about from those crowds. How zoo prevent the cheetah from killing the dog? They're typically introduced at a very young age and imprint on each other. Cheetahs are also not naturally driven to kill dogs as prey. A cheetah could kill a dog, but typically a cheetah would never hunt a dog in the wild. If it was in its territory, or if a dog appeared hurt and by itself, a cheetah might go for an opportunistic kill, but those are special circumstances. The most likely situation you'd see in the wild would be if they were hunting the same prey and they fought over a kill.
Cheetahs are also the calmest and probably most friendly among the big cats. This is probably due to their hunting style and build. They're pursuit predators, and lack sufficient amount of muscle and raw strength when compared to other big cats, which are ambush predators. Source: link. If you turn your back to a cheetah, you most likely won't get murdered. Probably not the same with other big cats.
My city has a no-kill shelter. The animals have nice beds, and get walks. People come and read to them. The cats are all together in a big area with toys and scratching post. People come to pet them.
Most seahorses are monogamous and mate for life. Young seahorses actually go on dates with their prospective partner before settling and starting to procreate. They can also be seen swimming in pairs with their tails linked together.
And the pufferfish creates a work of art, link.
Oh wow, that's so cute. There's a place in Japan called Capybara Land, where you can hang out with capybaras and see them chilling in hot springs.
Capybara Land is actually close to going out of business due to less tourism in COVID times. They're desperately seeking donations. IIRC.
I will put myself in severe department for them. Where do I donate? Edit. Spelling. I don't care enough to fix it, though.
Sometimes dogs in movies have to have CGI tails because they keep wagging their tails. They are just so happy to be there.
I heard that in the movie Cujo, the actor dogs, more than one, I heard, had to have their tail wagging edited out because Doggy was being a good boy.
India's tiger population grew from 1,411 in 2006 to 2,967 tigers as per the 2018 census. Based on the best available information, tiger populations are stable or increasing in India, Nepal, Bhutan, Russia and China. But much more work is needed to protect this species if we are to secure its future in the wild.
It's most likely a higher number once you consider that this only counts the tigers that decided to respond to the census.
A person born in the world today is less likely to die violently than at any other point in human history. And each year it gets better. Never perfect, just better.
Bees inform their friends about good flowers nearby by dancing.
Hello, fellow bees. How's the abdomen? Swollen with nectar, I trust.
Sea otters hold hands when they sleep to keep from drifting apart.
That is the only fun fact about sea otters.
Next month we'll start to see some images from James Webb. Our NASA presentation on the 12th. Our next step on learning about the early universe begins.
Imagine seeing a galactic billboard? Eat at Zorb's Cafe, south of the Large Magellanic Cloud. Only 12,000 parsecs.
Cats blink when they like you.
This explains why my girlfriend's cat stares at me unblinking any time I'm in the same room as her. I love animals, but that cat hates me.
It's illegal in Switzerland to own just one guinea pig. You have to have at least two if you want to have any. Guinea pigs get lonely.
Can confirm. Recently one of 2 guinea pigs died of natural causes, the other one followed her in 2 days.
If you make it to the airport without dying, you've already passed the deadliest part of plane travel.
My father-in-law used to work in the aircraft industry on the production line. He has told me many times that once you're in the air a couple of minutes you're fine. If the initial stresses of taking off don't cause any problems to the plane, it'll be fine.
There's an island in Japan populated only by bunnies starstruck.
True, I've been there and it's pretty eerie though. Rabbit grimace.
Tarantulas keep tiny frogs as pets sometimes.
The frogs eat ants and other insects that the tarantula can't kill, which would otherwise eat the spider's eggs. In turn, the frog gets a place to live and the best goddamn bodyguard you can ask for.
There's a Japanese pillow fighting sport which features grown adults lying down in futons before the whistle blows, and then they play a game of dodgeball with pillows and nightgowns, and learning about that just made my day. Smiley face.
Know that really embarrassing thing you did? Well, there's a high likelihood no one else remembers it. If they do, life will give them far more experiences. That one thing will seem like nothing in comparison.
I remember, Danielle. I remember, and the rest of Ms. K's class does too.
The dog estimates the time of your return home by how much of your smell is left in the house from your morning routine.
Yep. Dogs can tell the time by the strength of your scent in your home. They'll learn when your scent is at a certain weakness. That's when you come home, and that's why you'll notice a lot of dogs prepare for their owners to come home. It's proven if you leave out clothes that smell like you, it'll confuse the dog and they can't do that anymore. Edit for folks asking, this video is where I found out about it. Link.
A cat meows just for humans to hear them. And a dog dreams of its owner when it sleeps.
You don't really forget something. You just have the information hidden, but once you get back to it, you can recover your knowledge and skills rapidly. I've had a huge break from learning German, but a few days ago I went back to it and I'm already on a similar level one was, despite the fact I was certain that I forgot everything.
If 99% of the world population finds you unattractive, there are still 78 million people in the world that find you attractive. That's a lot of people. Edit, thanks to you, Trixie Lurker, that commented the actual amount.
My dog will always love me no matter how bad I F up in life. Although it might be a bit sad, she truly is my best friend.
Your dog is just your dog, but from your dog's view you are their whole world. You feed them, keep them company. You're the reason they get to come and go from places for walks, you're their main source of entertainment and play, etc. You are everything in their life and they love you for that. Take good care of your pets, folks. They may only be a part of your life for a fraction of your life, but you are very much their whole existence and the only thing they will really have in their whole lifetime.
The most amazing miracles that stopped nuclear holocaust aren't the ones featuring the US and USSR but India and Pakistan. They've had nukes for 40 years now, and hate each other fanatically. Furthermore, their nuclear arsenals are controlled not by generals or statespeople but captains. And yet, the human species is still approaching 80 years without a nuclear war. This tells me, when all is said and done, we love life more than we hate each other.
90% of what can kill us on this earth luckily for us lives in some distant place called Australia.
There are incredible scientific advances in fusion energy and machines that can filter greenhouse gas out of the atmosphere. As well as a whole bunch of brilliant ideas to clean the space and the oceans of garbage. The science community is incredibly loving and fills me with so much hope for the future. I seriously considered not having children, and at some point I was even contemplating suicide. Now I will study physics, and I even would consider having a child in case I find a woman who loves me. I am curious where my life will go from here.
Ashton Kutcher is chasing pedophiles.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.